Ito po, sa kanyang press con, he revealed himself.
Ito, smoking gun.
Ito, pinaplano nila talaga na gaganawin ito kay Duterte. Ito, pakinggan muna natin.
Mr. President, meron po bang pisikal na kopya ng warrant of arrest laban kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte mula sa ICC?
Oh, meron. This came in. Actually, it came in. I received it from Secretary Remulla. I received it at 3 a.m. last night, and I looked at it, and we went back and forth. 6:30, he wrote me again, and he said, "We have it already. We have the warrant of arrest from Interpol." And I said, "Okay, we'll put all our plans into place. Sige, let's proceed as we had discussed." Now, that's what's happened. So yes, there is a very clear document that will explain that will explain the basis on how we conducted this arrest of former President Duterte.
Sir, is it okay if we give them copies of the arrest warrant? Photocopies of the arrest warrant? Would that be possible?
Do we have limitations on that?
We have limitations, but
We have here the SILG, who has been, of course, part and parcel of the entire operation.
We will provide the PCO with a digital copy. It has been attested by the Secretary of Justice and the Department of Justice as a lawful and legal warrant. We will publish it after this press conference, and you can use it as reference.
These are, it's very simple. It's a request to the Philippine government from Interpol to enforce the arrest warrant. And of course, we comply with our commitments to Interpol. We did not do this because it was derived from or it came from ICC. We did this because Interpol asked us to do it. And we have commitments to them, and we lived up to those commitments.
This is happening 12:07 of the early morning of March 12 na. In other words, almost one day na after he got the 3 o'clock call. And this is happening 1 hour after the President himself confirmed na si Duterte ay nakasakay na sa aeroplano at nag-take off ng aeroplano papunta sa Dahig.
Okay.
Okay. Ang question ni J. Ruiz sa kanya, simple. Can we provide the press a physical copy of the warrant of arrest? Narinig niyo, mga kabansa.
So, anong sagot nitong bangag na Pangulo? Ha? With due respect, Mr. Bangag. Ha? At 3 a.m., Secretary Remulla called me and informed me. I saw it. O, kung ikaw responsible ka na Pangulo, hindi mo ba sasabihin na, can you give me the copy?
Para original.
Can you give me the copy? Dahil ako presidente, ako mananagot niyan. At ako ang mag-order. Kung saan ba galing yan? Galing ba sa ICC yan directly or galing sa Interpol or paano yan? Wala kang tinatanong. So sa 6 a.m. daw tumawag na naman daw si Remulla, and
we already have it.
Sabi niya, we already have it. Akala ko mayroon ka na. Tapos sa 6 a.m. ka pa sasabi na we already have it. Tapos ngayon, tinatanong ka ng PCO mo kung makapagbigay, bakit wala kang mapagbigay? Responsibilidad mo yung...
Tatawag ka ng press con, wala kang maibigay na. Ano ba yan? So kung hindi nyo ma-produce by 12:07 a.m. of March 12, Wala kayong present nung arestuhin nyo si Presidente Duterte. Kung hindi, text message siguro.
Yes. In fact, that is the very reason that you have kidnapped President Duterte. In fact, he made it very clear that you are forcing me to go with you. You have violated my rights. Nasaan yung charges? What are the charges against me? In fact, yung asawa ni Presidente, si Hanilet, sinasabi, nasaan yung warrant? Bingbong, nasaan ba yung warrant? Wala namang pinapakita na warrant.
This is a warrantless arrest. My God.
So, mga kababayan, ito po ay pinapakita namin sa inyo.
Wala kayong matakot.
Kung gaano kalos itong bansa na ito, gobyerno na ito, at pangulo na ito.
Tapos, anong sabi at 6:30? Nung tawagan siya ni Remulla, okay, you have already a copy. Let's put our plans into place.
Yeah. So, plans into place. So, ibig sabihin, because ang alam natin, yung warrant of arrest daw ay naka-sealed and it has been unsealed. And siguro natunugan nito na pupunta si Duterte sa Hong Kong. Nag-meeting sila. And balita ko, from the grapevine, this was really well-planned. Ang kasama, a certain Gibo Teodoro, a certain Anyo, a certain Remulla, and itong bangag na Pangulo. So, he revealed it himself. We did it through our plans. So, pinlano ninyo talaga na hulihin nyo si Duterte. Because ayaw nyo na nandyan si Duterte, nandyan si Sara, mauunsame ang mga plano nyo to perpetuate yourselves into power.
Kung responsable ito, Presidente ito, inabot dapat nga yung flight dahil bukong-buko. Sa simula pa lang, wala na. Kailangan ibalik na kagad si Duterte dito dahil the procedure, the legal procedure was not followed and you committed an impeachable offense of a warrantless arrest.
Betrayal of public
illegal
trust.
Order. Betrayal of public trust.
He really thinks he can defend himself by using the Interpol as an excuse when the Interpol ay isa lamang na instrumento or utusan ng ICC. Interpol only moves because of the ICC. And the ICC has no jurisdiction. Ilang beses na sinasabi ni Marcos yan na walang jurisdiction, walang government instrumentality, walang government department, walang ahensya na makipag-ugnayan sa ICC.
Tapos harapan sa press con mo, sinasabi mo, hindi nyo inaresto si Duterte dahil sa ICC. Inaresto nyo siya dahil sa Interpol. Excuse me, the Interpol action is based on an ICC action and your action is based on an Interpol. The cause of the cause is the cause of the final effect. Kaya, philosophy yan.
Alam mo, Marcos,
malusot ka pa.
Hindi mo na lang sabihin na ikaw talaga ang nagpa-aresto, hindi ang ICC. Ikaw talaga ang nagpa-aresto kay Duterte para makabawi ka dahil hindi mo matanggap yung mga katotohanan na sinasabi ni Duterte na ikaw ay isang drug addict. You hate Duterte so much that you use the ICC excuse after you have said from the beginning, and sinasabi mo, paulit-ulit ko lang sinasabi na walang jurisdiction ng ICC, but you have changed your mind because suddenly you became very angry with Duterte.
Kaya
And
sa press
wala
ko,
kang decorum, wala kang self-restraint. Pinalabas mo yung hatred mo against Duterte and ginagamit mo ang gobyerno para sa revenge mo against Duterte. And that is the truth.
Weaponizing the government.
Ang tingnan mo ito, yung kanyang henchman, itong si John B. Cremulya, with due respect, ito, alam mo, mayroon tayong mga relationship with friends, mayroon tayong relationship with people, but in this kind of situation, we have to be blunt about what we have to say. Ito po, pakinggan natin yung interview nitong si John B. Cremulya. Kung hindi ba non-sequitur. Alam mo ba yung non-sequitur in law?
It does not necessarily follow.
Tinatanong ka, ang layo ng sagot mo. Ito, for the first time,
Hindi lang ang layo, hindi sinagot.
nag-appreciate ako dito sa Karen Davila. Ito, ang galing ng tanong niya. Eko, pakita natin yung interview.
I wanted to ask you, this is quite interesting. Did the government, lumabag ba ang gobyerno sa proseso, sa arrest proceedings of the custodial state? I'll read it again. Article 59 of the ICC, the arrest proceedings in the custodial state, paragraph 2, a person arrested shall be brought promptly before the competent judicial authority in the custodial state. Dapat po ata dinala muna si Duterte sa isang judge or hukom sa Pilipinas, Secretary.
Good morning, Karen. Good morning, attorney. I am not a lawyer. I cannot interpret the law, nor am I a competent authority. But I find it amusing that Attorney Lambino keeps on insisting on the rights of the former president. What about the rights of the 30,000 who he summarily had killed?
Napakakalukuhan naman yan. Wala namang kinalaman yung rights dito sa mga 30 million or 30,000 or 3,000 or 6,000. Nobody in the Philippines has yet or has yet able to
come up with a list.
Come up with a real list. The PNP is saying this, the Army is saying this, the Lima is saying this, and yet this guy is saying 30,000. Wala pong kinalaman yan sa tanong ni Karen Davila.
Lumumpas pa sa 27,000 ang Rappler.
The rights of the 30,000 na sinasabi mo na the rights of the 30,000 is still to be litigated. It's still to be proven. Pero itong nangyayari kay Duterte na hinuli nyo na, it's already being done. At ang sinasabi ni Karen, sa pagdakip mo sa kanya at sinakay nyo sa aeroplano, hindi ba nag-violate kayo ng provision
mismo
ng ating batas at saka ng ating ng Rome Statute, yung Article 59. Kasi sino bang anybody can just bring a warrant with the sheer power of government. Anybody can just pull a warrant out of their sleeves and say, ito, dakpin na kita. Pero mayroong right of due process, mayroong right sa ating saligang batas para ipagtibay ang karapatan na hindi basta-basta mahuli ka kung wala kang klaro na basihan sa pag-aresto mo. That is why the rationale there, it has to be brought to a court for the judge to decide whether this is a valid warrant or not. Can you imagine, certification daw ng Secretary of Justice? Ipapamimigay nila yung kopya ng digital copy of the warrant as certified by the Secretary of Justice. Pwede ba yun?
Kailan pa?
Is the Secretary of Justice already a judicial authority, a judge, a justice?
Ba sabi ni Torre, they acted on the DOJ acting as the judicial authority daw ang DOJ.
Well, when you are in a state of martial law,
Pwede.
masquerading as a
Democracy.
Anything can be described as valid. Anything can be described as that is the definition or that is the interpretation. Pero the law is very clear. The dictionary is very clear what it means, a competent judicial authority. At nakakakatawa naman na isang sekretary ng Malacanang, sekretary pa ng isang malaking departamento ay hindi masagot-sagot, nililihis yung issue, at 30,000 daw, galit na galit siya dahil pinatay daw yung 30,000. Tinorture pa daw at ano. Inaprubahan na ba yan? Kaya nga, that is the basis for the investigation now with the DOJ. Yun ang subject matter ng Quadcom, ng ginawa nyo na nga yung investigation. Pero, at the same time, sinasabi na ni Marcos na we will not entertain the ICC. Pero, nilabag nyo pa rin. At you trampled on the freedom, liberty of a former president. Even if you are against him politically, but he is still entitled to an iota of respect. At nakita nyo naman yung pinaggagawa ng henchman nyo na si Torre. Kung gaano bastusin ang pamilya, gaano bastusin, even the vice president, hindi niya papapasukin. Even if the president, former president has said na yan ang abogado ko. So, hindi nila pinapasok si vice president. So, ang tumayo na abogado ay si Attorney Delgra. Pero look at what Torre did to Attorney Delgra. He manhandled him. Pwede ba yun? Under a democracy, under a rule of law, pwede bang i-manhandle mo yung isang abogado? Just because ikaw ay nakatingala sa nag-utos sa iyo na presidente ng Pilipinas?
Ang alam ko, a lawyer is an officer of the court.
Yes.
Bakit mo?
I-manhandle? Sinabi pa ng anak na, huwag mo hawakan yan, huwag mo hawakan yan.
Buti nando si Kitty.
And yet he did it still. Talagang pambabastos.
At saka yung security.
And only to impress his benefactor, yung nag-utos sa kanya. Siguro kasama sa plano nila. Kasi sabi ni Marcos, and we instituted our plans. Kasama siguro doon ang instruction na, Torre, make sure na i-intimidate mo. I-harass mo, i-instigate mo si Duterte. I-provoke mo para kung ano,
katungan.
Para kung pumalag sa iyo, barilin mo na o kaya upakan mo. That's the instruction I'm supposed to I suppose.
Provoke them to resist.
So, kayo mga kababayan na nakikinig, nakakita sa mga harassment, nakakita sa mga insulto, kayo ba? Dating presidente pa yan. Kayo ba? If that kind of treatment is done to your family, if it's even done to a former president, a powerful, influential person at that, ano na lang yung mga ordinary na mga tao kung ganunin nitong undeclared martial law, the state which we are today, mga kababayan. Ito po, pakinggan natin ang isang komentary dito sa yung tinanong ni Karen Davila na hindi ba kaya nilabag ninyo ang ICC rules wherein bago nyo isakay sa eroplano or bago nyo dalhin dito, i-check muna yung authenticity ng warrant of arrest through a judicial entity or a court of law. O ito, pakinggan natin si Sas Rogando, mga kababayan.
Ang procedure sa ICC, it's a criminal procedure. Okay. Tanungin nyo kahit sinong lawyer, judge, sasabihin ko sa inyo ito. Mag-agree sila sa akin. Sa kahit anong criminal trial, actually, pabor ito parate sa accused. Yung karapatan ng accused talaga, sinisecure talaga yan. Always remember that. Because no one can be deprived of life, liberty, and property without due process of law. And that applies in the ICC. Ang ICC, it's simple an extension of common criminal law principles sa buong mundo. Okay? So, kasama yan, yung principle na yan, that the rights of the accused will be respected at all times, all throughout the proceedings. Because ang standard ng criminal law ay, anong standard ng criminal law in order for you to be convicted? Proof beyond reasonable doubt. Hindi lang proof beyond reasonable doubt. Kailangan the entire proceedings has been fair. Okay? Ngayon, merong rules. Okay? May rules of court. Yung mga lawyers dyan, makinig kayo. Alam nyo ito, huwag tayo magmaang-maangan. Kahit yung mga din-din dyan na, hindi ko na sabihin, pero may kapitbahay ako na nang molesta siya ng estudyante niya ni English. Anyway, meron yung rules. Di ba may rules of court nga tayo eh. Papaliwanag ko lang kayo sa Pilipinas ha. And this applies to all criminal in all jurisdictions. Yung procedural fairness, ibig sabihin, the procedure dapat irespeto ito. Dapat, kasi nga dinideprive mo yung tao ng liberty eh. So dapat, meron kang justification kung bakit mo i-deprive yung liberty ng tao, and dapat ito ay compliant sa kanyang karapatan. Okay? Lalo na accused pa lang eh. Duterte is still an accused person. Hindi pa po siya convicted. Kaya, yung buong karapatan niya applicable. Okay? Only when you are convicted that your rights are actually curtailed. That's basic principle in criminal law. Kayo naman mga law din dyan. Well, don't use your emotions. Use your logic. Okay. Now, ipapaliwanag ko sa inyo ang nangyari. Okay? Eto, malinaw na malinaw sa inyong lahat ang nangyari. Kayong mga pulis, makinig kayo. AFP, makinig kayo. Okay? I-share nyo ito sa mga sundalo ninyong kasama. Dahil yung commander-in-chief ninyo, inabuso kayo. Hindi sila nag-comply sa arrest proceedings mismo ng ICC. Ikaw, Henry, makinig ka. Okay, may mga pa-comment pa ka pa na international law. Hindi mo naman alam yung international law. Henry, makinig ka nang may matutunan ka. Diyos mio. Okay. Eto bibigyan natin yung facts. Okay, facts muna tayo, facts. Okay, anong ginawa nila? Inaresto nila si Digong. Dinala saan? Dinala si Digong pagka-aresto. Saan? Saan dinala? Isulat nyo nga, saan dinala si Digong nung inaresto siya? Saan siya dinala? Saan po siya dinala? Saan po siya dinala? Si Digong nung inaresto siya. Saan siya dinala? Hindi ba sa Villamor Air Base? Dinala si Digong nung inaresto siya by virtue of arrest warrant ng ICC. Dinala siya sa Villamor Air Base. Tapos nandun si Torres, pinapasama niya ng right si Digong. Tapos si Digong ay sinakay sa aeroplano at inilabas na sa Pilipinas, and the airplane now is going to on route to Rotterdam sa Netherlands. Okay, Rotterdam is just a city next to The Hague. Kaya sa Rotterdam yan dinala kasi I believe ang Rotterdam ang airport sa Rotterdam ang tumatanggap ng chartered flights. Anyway, so yun ang facts. May ICC arrest warrant daw. Kinuha si Duterte, dinala sa Villamor Air Base. That's a fact. Nakita niyo yung lahat. Ano ang arrest proceedings ng ICC? Makinig kayo really, itong international law. Okay. Ano? Ito, papabasa ko sa inyo. Article 59. Ito ang arrest proceedings ng custodial state. Ito ang batas. And really, itong international law. Makinig katanda. Article 59 ng ICC. Meron po procedure of arresting an accused. Okay, meron. Batas ito na... Let's work under the condition na nasa jurisdiction tayo ng ICC. Kaya wala tayo sa jurisdiction, edi lalong mas mali yung pagkakaresto nila. So, assuming for the sake of argument na ang Pilipinas ay under sa jurisdiction ng ICC, meron pong arrest proceedings ang ICC. Ano ito? Nandito ito sa Rome Statute and really magbasa ka! Magbasa kayo, PNP, magbasa kayo! Bongbong, wag puro singot. Article 59 ng Rome Statute. Anong sinabi ng Article 59.1? Ito ang procedure, procedure. A state party which has received a request for provisional arrest or for arrest and surrender shall immediately take steps to arrest the person in question. Ano ibig sabihin niya? Kapag naka-receive ka, arrestin mo kagad. Oh, correct. Sabihin natin, correct yung ginawa nila. Inaresto nila. Nakatanggap sila ng warrant of arrest. Inaresto nila. Pero may next step, mga friends. May next step pag inaresto mo. Ano ang step 2? Step 2. A person arrested shall be brought promptly before the competent judicial authority in the custodial state, which shall determine in accordance with the law of the state that 1. A. Warrant applies to the person. 2. The person has been arrested in accordance with the proper process. And C. The person's right have been respected. Step 2 pa lang tayo. Anong sabi nito? Tatagalugin ko. Pag ikaw ay inaresto, anong dapat ang gagawin sa'yo ng arresting officer? Dadalin ka sa harapan ng competent judicial authority. Ibig sabihin, si Digo dapat dinala sa hukuman ng Pilipinas, sa harapan ng hukuman ng Pilipinas. Pero anong ginawa nila? Saan nila dinala si Digo? Sa Villamor Air Base. Kailan naman naging korte ang Villamor Air Base? Napakalinaw dito, mga engot kayo. ICC law ito ang ICC procedure. Ito yung pinagmamalaki ninyo, dinayo ninyo yung law. Number 1 violation, hindi nyo dinala si Digo sa harapan ng competent judicial authority. Yung competent judicial authority na yun, which is ang ating korte, dapat i-determina ng competent judicial authority ng Pilipinas na 1, na ang warrant ay nag-a-apply kay Duterte, and number 2, na yung naaresto si Duterte has been accordance with the proper process. Was it proper process? Hindi mo dinala sa harapan ng competent judicial authority, Torres. Ikaw ang may kasalanan nito. Ignorance of the law. What? Excuses no one. Nasa batas ng ICC, Torres, Bongbong Marcos, na pag inaresto mo, may inaresto ka na may warrant of arrest from the ICC, dadalhin mo yung inaresto mo dapat sa harapan ng competent judicial authority sa bansa mo. Yaan ang nasa batas ng ICC. You violated it.
Even from, I don't know, hindi naman yata abogado ito si Sas, but even from a non-lawyer, but a learned...
International relations expert yan.
A learned person at nagbasa ng applicable law in this particular case ay very clear. And so many other lawyers even with due respect, a certain attorney Libayan, as si Mang Rene, yung mga vloggers na ikangay nagsasabi din ng mga magagandang komentaryo, ay kikriticize nila si Lucaret Castro. Kasi ito rin ang pinagmalaki ni Castro, na ang competent authority daw ay doon daw sa dadalhin daw si Duterte doon, at doon daw dadalhin sa isang court sa Hague, bago dalhin sa ICC. Yun daw ang ibig sabihin.
Si Castro.
Si Castro. At pinagtatawanan. She is now the butt of jokes of so many vloggers and podcasters. Dati mataas ang tingin ng mga vloggers, mga commentators or kay Claire Castro. Ngayon, pinagtatawanan na nila Libayan at mga iba-iba pa, si Teacher Mark, lalo na si Maharlika, at yung mga iba pang mga competent na mga abogado. So, ito po, pagdating ni PRRD, hindi lamang dito sa ating bansa. Kayo, mapagmasid kayo. Kasi marami ngayon ang mga Pilipino na nandyan sa kalye, nandyan sa EDSA, nandyan sa liwasan. Mayroong mga activities sila dahil hindi nila matanggap ang pambababoy ni Marcos sa ating dating